activism takes many forms. It shapeshifts.
Yeah.
And so activism in a more formal sense, a lot of times people think of activism as marching on the street, or doing something in terms of like politically going into a political office to be an activist. But in your case, you used what you had as one of your resources: education, your school, your local community. And I think one thing which people can take away from your story is that you can actualize change at a community level. It's not needed.
Yes. Community organizing is so important. And I always tell people there's not one way to be an activist or organizer. There's so many ways you can contribute. Like if you're a chef, like, listen, you can cook some food and bring us some food on the front lines, because we be hungry. Like it's hot out there. It's exhausting. So like literally when I was on the front lines in Minnesota, we had chefs out there grilling for us, like, and giving protesters food. That's real. Like if you sing, rap, like, do that at a protest, like that will keep us motivated. Like there's just so many different ways that you can contribute to the movement, and it doesn't always have to be on the front lines. And if you can't be on the front lines, that does not make your work any less valid, because we're still in the middle of a pandemic, and it's important to recognize that not everyone is able-bodied and able to be on the front lines every single day like able-bodied people. So however you contribute, just make sure you have strategy behind it, and you're amplifying the voices that are impacted by these issues.
I really appreciate that note, because I think there's a dialogue going on right now about what the term activist looks like. And I'd love if you could kind of give your take on especially how information is disseminated nowadays with the generation that listens to this podcast, primarily Gen Zers, is social media. So what role do you think social media is/should be playing in the movement?
Social media plays an integral role in activism right now in the digital age. And as a young Black organizer that's been doing this work, and like for a long time, like Instagram has played a really large role in amplifying the work I do and getting it out there. Before this uprising happened and my platform really took off, I had about 7,500 followers. Like I was nearing the 8K mark. And once this uprising started, I'm like, this is so hard to organize with only like 7,000 followers, because everyone knows that if you don't have 10K plus followers, or if you're not verified, then you can't use the swipe up feature. And the swipe up feature is so important to activists like me, because then we can like post different actions that you can support, work that we're amplifying, petitions, ways that you can donate. So it makes our lives so much easier. So I was just like asking the community, like, can y'all support me? Like, different influencers help like shout me out to get me to 10K. Like now, since I've been viral, like at least 3 different times, like my platform is like catapulted and I'm verified now. But like, I'm just like, Instagram is definitely important for me. I use Twitter and stuff, but Instagram is like my main platform to what I use to activate people all around the world for change. And that's what a lot of Black organizers do with social media right now. So it's definitely important.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've noticed a ton, especially a lot of voices being highlighted in this time in such a great way, simply because, just like you were saying, the stories feature is so potent in terms of sharing voices.
It really is.